Would you like to see some real-time stock manipulation? I think we've got that queued up here in just a second, but I've got the ticker pulled up at the bottom of the screen, and I wanted to walk you through sort of this is a very summarized version of my journey here. I missed the GameStop. I was late on that, and so I didn't get to see all that play out, but that led me to AMC. And so then I started kind of looking into AMC and that movement and what was happening, and that took me to things like the shorting. It also led me to JG Savoldi and BAM, his behavioral analysis model. And so, this guy has compiled possibly more data and tracked more of the stock history and including the crashes and all the things that have happened over the course of time, dating back to the 1920s. And so it was very interesting and very educational to learn from what this guy has compiled over the course of time. This is his video clip that I'm going to share, and this is him in the pre-market with AMC, and he's doing a couple of trades because he wanted to record it and then share it so we can see what this potential stock manipulation looks like real time. And so he did this pre-market before the market was open, knowing it would be a quieter time and he could actually show some things that otherwise might not be as easy to see and recognize. So interestingly enough, and now kind of back to my journey and connecting these dots. So I learned about FTDs, fails to deliver. I've done a video on that. I'll link that so you could check it out if you haven't before. I think anyone, especially anyone who wants to trade in the markets, should have an idea about this stuff. But sadly, few do. And what that means is they don't even know that they have no access to all the real-time data, and they never will. Best case scenario, they'll be 2 weeks delayed on what they get to see versus what's actually happening. This is one of the reasons it's got to be so hard to successfully trade consistently. So back to Citadel now popping up on my radar because at this time frame in this AMC movement, I sort of became aware of Citadel, and then I started paying attention to them, a market maker, a hedge fund. Also, when they took the short position in NEO in the fall of 2021, I talked about it in a video, and I was just kind of like, hey, heads up, let's keep an eye on this. That was when NEO was trading in the $40+ range. And all we've seen since then is pretty much a bloodbath. It's just been annihilated all the way down to where we are at present, which this is the evening of January 17th, 2024, as I record this, and the NEO stock price is in the $6-7 range. So one thing that was interesting about this that I learned is the NEO stock price and how it took off. And the fails to deliver really kind of helped explain that. It made sense to me then as I had sort of studied this and sort of broken it down. Again, that video I'll share so you can check it out if you haven't seen it. It made sense why the NEO stock ran the way it did, that price action. It also then made sense why Tesla took off in the way that it did after such a long period of shorting. And the catalyst for Tesla was profitability. That was a really important pivotal point for them. And so that's kind of what I'm looking ahead to with NEO. I'm very curious how this plays out, but you know what? I've talked too much already. So let's get into JG Savoldi sharing this. And I just want to know from you
Video.
what your
The
thoughts are.
sound's going to come through, and you're going to hear the trades execute also through this video capture. And I'm going to buy 100. I'm going to buy 100 shares exactly, and see if they split this up. I'm going to buy at the ask $5.06, and you'll hear when it executes. And then we'll look over here if there's a 100 size trade that comes in at 506. And then you're also going to notice that there's no movement on the tick, you guys.
Order filled.
All right, so you see that, you guys? I just proved to you in real time what they do. So it said order filled 506, there's my trade. They split my 100 share trade into an 88 and a 12 so that it did not print. There was no price discovery. Let's do it one more time. Another 100 shares. And this time you're going to see this jiggle when they print the 100. Let me do this at the bid just to see if they'll fill it. Okay, here goes. Ready?
Order filled.
Okay. Now you guys see that? They filled me through ARC-X. They filled the entire 100 because it was at the bid. So they print and allow people to see low end of the range trade that I just did, the 100 shares of. But when I executed a trade at the ask, the upper end of the range, they split it into this 88 share and 12 share trade right there. Same exchange.
Sorry about the volume. I know it was two different levels, but there was nothing I could do about that. Tell me what your thoughts are. Did we just see real time recorded stock manipulation? And is this the kind of thing that you think goes on in a widespread manner across a lot of tickers, a lot of stocks? I want to hear from you. Thanks. Have a great day.